Okay, and the next stage is mass production. Okay, so here we are saying that all the issues are kind of resolved. What are the EVT, DVT, what are the stages we passed? We saw that, okay, the issues are resolved. My hardware is working fine. My software is working fine. I can actually build millions of such devices and I can sell it to the customers. Okay, so this is the time to go big. So you are looking at mass manufacturing. That means it is not really within a small quantity like 100 or 200 or units. You are thinking of millions of units, lakhs of units that you want to build. Okay, but when you're doing this, you have to look at few things like inventory check, packaging, customer support, and all these issues. So what I mean that is, when you're building millions of devices, right? So I gave you an example before in the schematics. If you remember the schematic stage, I said that each board, each hardware, let's say requires some 100 resistors. Okay, now think of mass production where you need lakhs of such products to be built. So you have to multiply, let's say 10 lakh hardware into 100 resistors each, right? So that many resistors have to be available, and you want it at a particular price point, right? So a lot of things you have to think before you go into a mass production stage. So inventory check and the packaging. So once you build the product, you need to package it, not only the box that I'm talking about, but also how the product looks, right? That packaging you have to think. And once you're packaged, you have to put it in an actual box. If it's a mobile phone or an embedded device, let's say you want to ship it to the customer, how do you pack it? How do you ship it to the customer, right? All these things will come into picture. Also the customer support part of it. Once the customer receives the device, they may report some issues, right? We have tested everything, but they may see that, okay, this phone is not working, the call drops, the display is not good, the camera is not working, the touchpad is not working. There will be so many issues that comes up. So we need to prepare for all this. And remember that, again, I'm overly simplifying this entire process. So you don't do it at the last stage. All this has to be planned earlier. So there is always a production team which looks into all these aspects. Okay, I saw that one of our participants here is from the production background, mass production. So probably he can tell you, how much time consuming, how much work it involves in the background to ensure that your hardware is productized. So let's summarize. So this is a quick recap. So again, I'm showing you the same picture. So we went through product definition, where let's say we get the intelligence from the market and plan something. We write the technical specifications here. We do a block diagram. We do a circuit diagram, electrical circuit diagram. We place the components on a PCB. We connect the components, physically connect it on the layout design. We get a physical product here from the factory. And then we all sit in the lab and bring up the hardware. And then we do run some test cases on that hardware. Then if there is some issue, we fix it. And then we build another set of hardware, DVT. Then if there are, then we do lot more tests on DVT. Then we get some certification as required by the authorized agencies. And then if there are no issues, we can go for a limited production if there are only issues in the certification stage. Otherwise, we directly go to the PVT stage. We build a production testing hardware. We do much more testing on this PVT hardware. And once all the issues are resolved, after this, you cannot fix any issues. You have to you can directly go to mass production if there are no issues after this stage. Okay. Anywhere you find any issue, it's an iterative process. You have to go back. Okay, you have to go back. How far you have to go back depends on what is the nature of the issue. Please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button below to get regular updates of video releases.